Ladies and gentlemen, there are few vampires as scary as Rudy's army. Rudy's army is perhaps one of the most terrifying and, dare I say, dastardly coteries in all of VTM. And let me tell you, when I say, they spook me solid. Now, because they scared the shit out of me, I decided to get a professional to pull up with me so that we can, well, collectively grow a pair of balls big enough to comprehend the absolute terror that is Rudy's army. Hired a professional in the form of Nyx, the musician who makes a lot of these bomb-ass tracks that I use in my videos, and he should be here somewhere. Let me summon a little ghost magic. There he is. I wanted to show you something. I mean, last time you were here, we had a really serious philosophical debate as to the complex, morally gray, complicated, and widely vast character known as Rudy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The
scariest gangrel known to man.
Right. He does scare you, right? I have with me a completely ethically sourced PDF of Vampire the Masquerade Anarchs. Because in the newest Anarch sourcebook, it has a section on Vampire the Masquerade's perhaps most terrifying, well, it's Rudy. If you thought Rudy was bad, Rudy has an army. It's not just any army, but it's the kind of army that actually, like, European several hundred-year-old vampires, they look at Rudy and they shiver in their timbers.
Absolutely. I would too. And he's got an army now? So
and he has an army.
There's more than one of these motherfuckers?
Well, I invited you to do a reading of the section of Rudy's army with me because I don't think we would be able to properly capture the horror of Rudy's army without having multiple people, because it is an engagement between an army of Rudy.
Of some of the most some of the most vile creatures ever.
I'm gonna read a line, and don't laugh, don't smile, because it's disrespectful, and I think Rudy might fight you.
He might.
I'll start. It starts with Rudy. Are you ready?
Right, okay.
And viewer discretion advised for my viewers at home. If you have small kids, get rid of them. That's not what they say, right? Okay, I'm gonna begin. Let me start by thanking all of you for being here. We have to fight this fight every night, and I know you're weary. I hope that tonight we'll hear from some of our accomplishments to lift our spirits. Now, I know this is often called Rudy's Army, and I know that I am Rudy. But in truth, I never use that name for our group. We're all equal here. That's how it works. We sit in a circle, and everyone speaks when it's their turn. Everyone can and must speak, if only to pass the round to the next speaker. This way, louder voices will not dominate. You're gonna be the character named Line, because that's a vampire name, apparently. Line. So that's you. You're gonna read that, and then I'm not gonna laugh.
Thank you, Rudy. The goal of Antifa action is simple. In our case, make Copenhagen so unfriendly to Nazis that they cannot come here. If they try to organize a demo, we beat them up. If those fuckers come for us, for our Arab brothers and sisters, for our trans friends, they will regret it. This is always the focus. Once the sun goes down, no skinhead is safe.
I am now a girl named Nausea. This is my first time here, and I haven't been a vampire for very long. And then Line jumps in, and he says, a lick, or a tick, if you're self-deprecating. The term vampire is kind of not an okay term, so he corrects her by saying the correct term for vampire is lick. Or tick if you're self-deprecating. So, I did hear you say the word vampire on the way over here, and I
can't use that word. It's
I don't think you have a pass.
Oh, I don't have the V pass, bro.
And I don't have a V pass either. So we should stop saying vampire. And then Naja says, sorry, a lick. Is it okay if I ask questions from you all, or how does this work? And then Line says, you can ask a question, the recipient answers, and the round continues.
Okay, I'm glad I know the rules again. I was a little bit confused. Dude, they're
a little complicated.
They're a little bit complicated.
They're a little complicated. He says, okay, so we're licks, right? I've heard all kinds of crazy stories about Cain and antediluvians and Enoch, and I was wondering how that all squares with what we do. Apparently she didn't watch my Vampire the Masquerade Iceberg series. And then Line says, Rudy, this one's for you. And then Rudy answers, here.
I got you. I don't really have a satisfying answer for that. I'm a strict materialist. All these stories, whether Camarilla, Bahari, or something else, seek to get you aligned with someone's agenda. I don't think we should be guided by these stories, but by our personal values and morality. Of course, I would like to know where our kind really came from. However, I don't think the truth would change my conviction that we must use our gifts to change our small corner of the world for the better.
You know, I love in that line because he says, they seek to get you aligned with someone's agenda. That's real funny coming from Rudy. Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, real serious coming from Rudy.
Dude.
Nausea says, thanks, cool, that's what I wanted. And then some motherfucker named Tobias comes out of nowhere, and he says, theory without action is useless. And Rudy says, wait your turn, Tobias. It's you next, Karina. Alright, do you want to read Karina?
Dude, I would have shat myself right there.
Yeah, that's Karina. Have fun with that. Don't laugh.
No,
I'm not laughing either. I haven't laughed yet.
Stop. If you've laughed in the audience right now, like...
Alright, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It wasn't my turn to speak. It was Karina's turn to speak.
We
Rudy
interrupted.
Might hit me.
Mm.
Yeah, we're getting canceled.
Karina says, thank you. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. I wish I had been embraced after my gender confirmation surgery, and not before. But being able to stomp Nazis makes up for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys...
Is that funny?
No, I don't
know why you're laughing.
I don't know if you guys understand this, but I used to be so afraid. I got beat up once in a bar bathroom and couldn't leave my apartment for a week after that. I was so scared of everything. Now I'm not afraid anymore. I even noticed something funny. I don't get hassled, or at least not nearly as much. I'm sorry I'm rambling like this. I'm just... When you guys pulled me back last night, and it wasn't because I was in danger. It was because I would have killed the man. I was in danger. That was a powerful moment for me. The line says, "Oh, Karina, we love you. Hugs." Hold on. I don't...
Look, it literally says hugs in brackets.
Oh, Karina, we love you. Hugs.
Rudy's army, by the way. Oh, and then Tobias comes in. Thanks for saying that. I think I'm the only cishet white male here, and even I got beat up by skinheads once when they attacked our squad. Rudy had a hard time as a mortal. It's not easy being gay and Arab. It feels good to have the upper hand. And then Rudy goes, did you just out me? And then Tobias, so let's get serious because we're about to see the wrath of Rudy. So
he questioned the bear Gangrel. You don't do that.
So Tobias goes, what? No, sorry, I didn't intend. And Rudy says, I'm teasing you. I'm not in the closet. Pause. And then Tobias says, God damn, I can never tell when you're joking. Your humor is too dry. And then Rudy says, was that your turn?
Oh my
Tobias
God.
says, yes, like a little bitch. And then Rudy says, thank you. Line, on to you.
Tomorrow night, there's a candlelit anti-racist Tomorrow night, there's a candlelit anti-racist demonstration from the chatter on Nazi discussion boards and Facebook groups. There's too many fucking words in this fucking thing.
There's Nazis.
From the chatter on Nazi discussion boards and Facebook groups, it looks like they're planning an action of some sort. We're not sure whether to just shout slogans or do a tear gas attack.
And Tobias stepping out of line again. Tobias, you little bastard.
This little bastard.
He says, or follow people after the demo and beat them. And then Line says, yes. So the question is, do we get involved? As you all know, Antifa are under police scrutiny anyway, and we can add problems with the Second Inquisition on top of that. And then look, the next line is nausea, and it's not even bolded correctly.
Oh my God.
I hope y'all, if any of you unfortunate bastards were unlucky enough to buy this book, y'all gotta let me know. It's on page 160. In here, with all the character lines, you see like sorry for like the flashbang. but like you see the red lines and the characters, and then when it gets to Nausea or whatever the fuck not Naziha says, I don't really care. It doesn't even bold it. So this is the most first draft ship ever.
It feels like a first draft. I'm gonna be honest.
I should remind you, by the way, we are reading a Vampire the Masquerade source book, not Twitter or X.
This is all from the books.
I feel like a vampire after reading that.
No, yeah.
I said the V word.